15 years ago, we started off as an original music band. We kind of naturally fell into the wedding band scene almost by accident. And so from there, I have a music degree. I don't have a business degree. It was just a big trial and error, right? I thought the way the world works is that we have to have just 10 million tools, right? You go on your computer and you open up this tab, this tab, this tab, this tab, this tab. So we were using Monday.com. We were using Active Campaign. We were using Dubsado. We were using Google Calendar. And the problem with Google Calendar, by the way, is you can't expect everyone to be using the same tools as you do because there are so many of them. When you send a Google Calendar invite and they don't have Google Calendar, the invites show up really weird. So for you to learn all of these tools and then to be able to translate all of these tools you're using to your team and your musicians, it just doesn't work. My favorite feature of Back on Stage has got to be the auto pay feature. I have the auto pay set to the day after the gig, at 2 p.m. The day after the gig at 2 p.m. is when the musicians are getting paid. And if you, as an owner, can't guarantee to your musicians when the payment is coming in the middle of a pandemic, that's bad business. So being able to create trust, transparency, and now the value of playing with your band has gone up. Before, I was like, oh man, this person has Venmo and this person has Cash App and this person, it would take me forever, So being able to have a set system like that can really make a big difference. Before I met you guys, it's like doing my taxes was just like horrible, right? And now I think I think I exported the CSV file I did. So it was super, super easy. The problem with using multiple tools is that compared to paying for one tool, you're paying for a bunch of tools. We're paying over $500 a year for Monday.com. You're paying another, $400 a year for Dubsado. So if you're not really thinking smart with the tools that you're investing in, you're going to have to raise your pay so high that you're cut out of the local competition in your market. One of the fears that I had originally signing up with Back on Stage would be, okay, I already have things built out across all of these platforms. How am I going to export it and do the CSV thing? And I was signing up. They have help wizards on there. There's a little chat button. If you have a problem with anything, you just reach out to them and somebody will respond to you. And so being able to have that level of support, and not only that, but they're musicians too, really kind of made me feel a lot better about everything. Once a few musicians started getting into Back on Stage, the first few of them realized how cool this was, and they winded up telling other people, other musicians, other band leaders about it, right? Because before, they were getting so many emails from me. So once musicians started catching on to this, it was so easy to get everybody else on board, and even the older ones, I mean, I'm talking like even the 60, 70-year-old musicians, we work with some pretty killing keyboard players who are just the OG experienced seasoned veterans, right, of the Chicago music scene. They're getting these multiple info emails from gigs from multiple band leaders over and over and over again. And so once they kind of saw how the system was laid out, like I said, it was easy. If you are not signing up for Back on Stage, you're being selfish. And the reason you're being selfish is because you're actually doing a disservice to your musicians. You're doing a disservice to your musicians because they would benefit knowing what their future income is from you. They would benefit having your whole calendar on Back on Stage in one view. They would benefit of when you send an invite to a gig, they have all the details there, what the pay is, what the amount is. They would benefit getting auto paid from you, and not being so shady about when the pay is actually coming. I would stop thinking about yourself and your own physical limitations and start thinking about your team. Plus, there's a free trial on it. So you literally have nothing in your life to lose.